The night that Refugee Services of Texas called us, that night, I knew that the process was going to be hectic and fast.
When we found out that we were going to help host a refugee family of 4, Refugee Services of Texas gave us a list of everything that we would need to help furnish their apartment. And we posted that on Facebook, and people from all over the country started to pitch in. People bought what they thought they could afford, and so this really was a group effort.
And that was really humbling. Every time we saw somebody purchase something, it was so humbling to see how many people wanted to participate and help.
We had to go get some training from Refugee Services of Texas, and so my wife and I went through a training session so we would know how to act, what they would expect, how we could make their transition as easy as possible. It was the day before they were going to arrive, and we finally got the key to the apartment. We had people from our ward with their trucks, and we unloaded it. And it wasn't just enough to unload everything, we had to assemble everything. Oh, no.
The apartment wasn't that big, but everybody had their little space where they were building a piece of furniture, and I was collecting all of the garbage to try and keep everything clear so that you could work. And furniture just kept coming, and rooms came together, and it was fun. It was really fun, I thought.
It's perfect, actually. You can put your arm down.
And then the day came where we went down to the airport and picked up this family.
He's just in here. Come on, let's go, guys. We're going to say a prayer before we go. Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're very grateful for this day. We're grateful for the opportunity to be helping a refugee family.
My parents, they didn't really teach me about service. It's more like I learned from watching them after they do something like that. They're always just like really happy, and you can just tell it by their expressions how it made them feel.
So we're going to go pick this family up at the airport, and they are Syrian, but I don't think they've been in Syria for maybe a year. They've spent a lot of time in a refugee camp in Jordan.
I'd kind of played it out in my head how I was going to go, but as we were getting closer to the airport, I was kind of realizing, you know, this is like nothing like I thought it was going to be.
You guys ready?
They've landed. 6296? Yeah.
I told my siblings, like, you know, make sure to smile extra big.
And I remember the translator just saw their heads kind of coming above the frosted glass near the exit, and he just said, there they are. And the doors open, and these 2 little kids and Mom and Dad came out, and we just greeted them. Marhaban fi America? Okay. Greg.
Isn't that great?
Mohammed. I think we had this idealized image of what a greeting at the airport would be like, that they would come out and we would hug and welcome them to their new life and their new country. But the fact is, they were tired, they were hungry, they were 2 parents with 2 little boys that they wanted to make sure were nearby them and didn't wander off.
The dad especially, I knew, was stressed out. He looked so tired. It took a long time for him to relax enough to smile. I think it was at least 10 minutes before he could smile.
So to just be there for them and have cars that could take their luggage, to know that their apartment was going to be furnished, to just give them a softer cushion for landing, I think made a big difference for them. It made a big difference for us.
The woman, when we greeted her, just for her to say over and over again, it's just so nice to see somebody smiling at us. I'm not gonna change this family's life forever, but at that moment, if it was helpful, that's profound.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let them go. Oh, this it's for you.
I can't imagine what they've gone through. You know, to be refugees, to have to leave your country and leave your home because of religious or political beliefs, and to know that you have two young sons that you're trying to give a better life to. How can you not want to help people who are trying to make a better life for their children?
Marhaban fi America. Yeah?
My father was an immigrant, and for that reason, this felt very close to me. I feel like I am a product of someone else's kindness.
Marhaban fi America.
I don't know if these people will remember who I am. I don't know what our involvement in their life will be. But I like that they may always remember that there was an American family who was there to help them. And even more, I love the fact that my children saw what it was like to reach a hand out and help strangers. I want my own children to gain the wisdom that comes from that kind of service. I've been told stories about my ancestors since I was a kid, and I realized that the things that they're remembered for are their acts of service. And one of the stories that I remember most is one my grandma used to tell about her uncle, Alma Richards. And Alma Richards was a high jumper and a sprinter who was the first gold medalist in the Olympics from Utah. He said he used to chase the jackrabbits in the field, and that's how he got to be so quick. After his sports career, Uncle Alma went on to get a law degree and pass the bar exam in California. But rather than go into law, he decided to become a high school teacher and coach. And I think that's because he really just wanted to have an influence in the lives of younger people and be a guide for them and help them have some of the same joys that he had had in life. One of Uncle Alma's favorite poems was called Prayer of the Sportsman. And I think I have an idea of why it was one of his favorite pieces. Dear Lord, in the battle that goes on through life, I ask but a field that is fair, a chance that is equal with all in the strife, a courage to strive and to dare. And if I should win, let it be by the code, with my faith and my honor held high. And if I should lose, let me stand by the road and cheer as the winners go by. Let me say, there they ride, on whom laurels bestowed, since they played the game better than I. Let me stand with a smile by the side of the road and cheer as the winners go by. Yea, teach me to stand by the side of the road and cheer as the winners go by.